Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Marathon Mondays with Mal, standing in front of 1388. Going to be ready for delivery here in a few minutes, but there's a few things I wanted to talk about on the cockpit. I've been receiving all kinds of emails about the new H3 cockpit from Marathon, building on the new front end of Prevost. So let's go inside. Let's explore this beautiful cockpit. I love how the customer spec'd out the colors in this, so it's fantastic. Anyway, 1388, as you can see, we're in the display stall, and I was just kind of going over the certain things in the cockpit of 1388, and I wanted to revisit a few things because we've gotten so many emails about it. Let's go take a look. First thing I want to show you that always stands out, and I'm always holding one of these, the entryway, the stairway entryway seems to have a tilt. It doesn't seem, it does. It has a slight left-hand tilt towards moving into your coach. And I think you can see that if I get out of the way. Compared to the way it used to be, we're going to go through some of my favorite features in the cockpit. One of the things when you walk right in, you've got this that opens up, and inside you've got two umbrellas, which are really neat, but it's kind of a large little storage bin. It can be for everything from slides, flip-flops, sandals, whatever you want to call those, and dog accessories, leashes, stuff like that. Very cool. Before I sit down, I want to look at what the copilot achieves in the new H3. So I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll do this, because this is one thing that really stood out with the upgrade is all of the controls and everything over here for the copilot. Now, as you see this right here, this is a charging dock for a stand that sits here, and it's got an expandable arm that holds a phone or a small iPad. I don't think it's going to hold one of the larger iPads, but that's really cool because it charges right here. It's also interchangeable for the pilot or for the driver of the coach, but there's one right here. So yes, there's a navigation or a phone hookup right here, but also this is a charging station right here, setting your phone right on top of this storage bin. That's pretty cool. Of course, massage features, which have been standard in Marathon coaches for several years. But now, one of the things that we're doing is all of the seats, pilot and co-pilot, have been upgraded to these ventilated and heated seats. You can see that. I'll get out of there so you can catch some of that natural light. But this is a beautiful cockpit. I love the browns that were selected in this coach. It's a very chocolatey brown. It's so pretty. And with that Marathon logo embroidered into the headrest. And of course, the headrests are still articulating and adjustable. Moving over to this ventilation, another thing that Prevost really improved on is the airflow in the cockpit for the driver and the co-pilot. So you've got this right here, you've got a vent here, and I believe there's one up top through the system there. But it's got improved airflow coming completely from the front end of the coach. That's cool. And also, if you want to just close that off, you've got that there. Cup holder, of course. Below here that you cannot see, there's a little what I call a wall saddle bag, just for putting things in, whether it be an iPad or something that it's very hard to see on camera, but it's down there. And then this is your airflow controls, so you can control your airflow. This is nice to have, though. You've got controls for everything from shades to lights to master lights right here for the co-pilot to have. And just when you think that it's done, you have glass storage. This is storage for reading glasses or sunglasses right here, but also you've got a mirror that's backlit. Isn't that nifty? It can be off, or it can be on. Very cool. And then of course, remember how we used to have the rubber duck style map lights? We don't do that anymore. They're actually recessed lighting right here. And if I hit this button, see how that's there? Isn't that cool? There's off, there's on. And it's angled so that it actually is angled out for the driver, which is pretty nifty. And at night, it's pretty bright, or at least bright enough. And it's not one of those rubber duck style lights that you have to make sure is always in place. So yeah, really, really cool upgrades for the Copilot. And as I've shown on videos before, one of my favorite things right across from the Copilot are the storage bins. These are Prevost storage bins that we literally take out and we wrap in the leather that has been chosen for the cockpit. Oh, this is so nice. Gosh. Leather wrapped handle here. It's really beautifully done. All right, I'm going to actually sit down in the driver's seat and show you some of my favorite features here. Like I mentioned at the top of the show, I've received a lot of emails about H3, like individual questions on certain things. And so I wanted to touch on a few of those. Let's start first with the snack tray. Huge upgrade is the snack tray. We'll get rid of this. The snack tray is a huge upgrade. You remember how the bar would come all the way here, and the bar was all the way down here, and it was also kind of a hindrance to seeing the Copilot, because a lot of our drivers, a lot of our owners and clients had mentioned over time that it was kind of in the way. Well, now it's recessed back here where it's still functional, but it doesn't block the vision of the driver to the Copilot or vice versa. So that's pretty nifty. So you've got that right there. Snack tray. Snack tray used to be attached to that bar, and it was a more ornate, smaller style that would spin around and be out here. One of the main hindrances of that, or criticisms, if you will, was that it was too small. It was quite frankly too small. So, as you can see here, the snack tray spins around. You've got a generous sized cup storage, so it'll fit all kinds of different cups, to a small 12-ounce can all the way up to a large, what is that thing that the sorority girls are holding on to these days? Stanley Cup. Thank you, Stanley Cups. I know them Stanley Cups from back in the day, you know, keeping coffee cold on the camping trips, but they're everywhere now, Stanley Cups. Anyway, so, and then you've got more area here. I guess it's not just the girls that are rocking them. I see guys holding them too. And then there's one of those charging ports right there. It's also here. Why do you have two? Because sometimes you're going to be driving with it here, and sometimes you're going to be driving with it here. So in both scenarios, you have the ability to have that charging stand here. And I don't have one in here with me, but that's cool. Also, storage right here underneath. Isn't that nifty? All right. So that's it.
The wireless charging. Right.
Oh yes, thank you. Thank you, Michelle. Right here, you can actually just set your phone right here. Bam, there it goes. And you've got a charging scenario right there. So that's good. Thank you for pointing that out. Okay, same thing as the Copilot. The pilot, or the driver of the coach, is going to have massage features, also ventilated and heated seats. So that's nice to have. Okay, the redesign of the cockpit is something that Marathon worked on in our R&D department for quite a while. Well over a year, I would assume. And everything that was achieved in here was based off of feedback from drivers. And, you know, Prevost took the time to make the changes to the front end. Marathon did the same. So one of the nice things that Prevost did, for those of you who are Marathon owners or Prevost owners, depending on, you know, whatever brand it is, but if it's a Prevo H3, you remember trying to find the button up on the firewall so that you could adjust your steering wheel was troublesome for a lot of people. Once you find it and you know it's there, you can find it. But now they made it a little bit easier. It's a pedal. It's a small pedal down here. It's easy to find, and it's got better articulation, so it can telescope and it can move all around. So that's really nifty how they did that. So, and it's just a pedal down there. It's no longer, I guess it was air actuated or what have you. But anyway, so that's nice to have. Okay, so let's talk about what Marathon did with the double screens in here. So as you can see, I've got one screen turned off, and then I've got the, it's the same as your iPads that are throughout the coach. So this is going to be kind of your Marathon control center down here. Everything from, you can do lights and shades and awnings and all kinds of different things from here. You can look at your TechLink screens and check your tanks, check your inverters. You can turn on your generator from here. You can look at your cameras. You can turn on your lights. You can adjust your air conditioning. There's so much that can be done from right here. And then just with the touch of the top screen, it wakes that guy up right there. There's so much going on with that one. And if I hit, let's go there. So navigation is one of the things that has been quite helpful for a lot of people. Instead of it coming out of the dash, like, you know, we had a button here and it would pop up to about right here. Well, with the addition of the electronic mirrors, which we'll be getting to in a few minutes, the navigation needed to be somewhere else instead of coming out of the cockpit, coming out of the dash. So we have it integrated here in the double screens. Boom, you've got that. You've got the cameras. So many different cameras in the modern day Marathon. And if we go overhead, thank you, Michelle, and you can see Abigail actually walking outside. A big thank you to Abigail for doing that. She's on the 360, walking around the backside. And this is a live video of her walking out there. So it's really neat to see. And then coming around the front, I switched it to a front view, and there she is. Isn't that nifty? And you can see out the front of our corporate headquarters there in Interstate 5. Very, very cool. And these are high definition cameras. So you can switch to a quad view, so you can see all kinds of different views from your front to your left, your right, and your rear. It's just really a good system within the cameras. Shades can be adjusted right here. Day and night cockpit shades, climate controls, your audio. So it's got the ability to have not only AM, FM radio, but of course, one of the, thank you right there, Michelle. One of the more popular features is now we have Bluetooth. Like every modern car, you've got Bluetooth hands-free calling in here, and also you can listen to your desired streaming music, whether it be, well, you know the usual suspects for streaming music. So you can listen to that right here just by going to source and selecting Bluetooth. Also, of course, a lot of people, including myself, love Sirius XM radio, and so you also can hook that up right here on the dash of your new H3. Leveling is another thing. So I'll show you up here. You can level up here, or you can level right down here in the cockpit. So that's kind of a nifty little thing. Here's for your hands-free phone. Right now we don't have a phone, of course, that is paired, but it's really a nice system. Another thing that comes with the new Prevo H3 that Marathon is embracing is the keyless ignition. So there is a safety button, which is cool. It's not like cars where you just put your foot on the brake and push the engine start button, which is over here. When you have the key fob close by, there's an actual button so that it doesn't erroneously get pushed. But if I hit that button right there, everything is going to light up. Your digital dash, which still has an analog feel, but that dash, if you look at that, I'm going to turn it back off and I'm going to turn it back on so you can see it light up. Take a look at this. Isn't that cool? And then as you can see, we can see Abigail standing out there because we've got our e-mirrors on. But we've got our e-mirrors. Also, take a look out here outside. We also have our Prevost fixed static mirrors. And people have asked, do you take those off? No, we don't. I don't know if it's by law or by safety, we prefer to have those both sets of mirrors, the electronic mirrors and the classic Prevost mirror, which has been changed. They're really cool. But you've got both sets of mirrors. These e-mirrors are fantastic though. They're high def camera and they are, some people might think you have to get used to them, but I'll tell you what, you drive at night and you park at night, these things will really enhance your experience and ease of operation when it comes to parking, driving at night. Our most experienced, as you know, driver, Dave Bash, he has used these several times now since the upgrade with the e-mirrors, and they are fantastic, he says. And so I'm going to take his word over most people's. Anyway, what else is in this cockpit? I only got a few more things I want to touch on because there's all kinds of different controls. The steering wheel in itself is a whole show because there's a lot more buttons. But look at the style of the steering wheel. Bring it down a little bit. Look how there's an air horn also installed, and I just hit it, as you can see. I just woke Abigail up. But look at the new steering wheel style. Isn't that beautiful? The shroud on top with the Marathon logo. And the Marathon logo, you might not be able to see it, is kind of a three-dimensional. Let's see if I can turn on the light. You can hold that light on there. You can see it's kind of a three-dimensional, really cool feature to the steering wheel. It's the little details that set us apart from everybody. I love that. Also a cup holder. Having a cup holder and this area over here for the driver experience is really good. Whether you're setting your phone over here, as you can see there's a lot of space over here. There's a cup holder and the other controls that you're going to need. Another thing, and let's just, you know what? I love this too. So as you saw for the copilot, you also get it for the driver. This guy opens up. You've got two holders. You've got a holder for glasses or sunglasses or anything else you want to put in there. And then, of course, it's backlit, so you can check yourself out. That's pretty nifty. And there's your light up there for your map with your recessed lighting. And another thing that really comes in handy is, and for those owners of you out there who have had the H3 over the last decade and a half or longer, you know that the emergency brake is way back here, and it's such a hard air push down. Well, they moved it. Prevost moved it to the front. It's actually right here. It's a pull to park. It's really a good system, and it's just right here, so you're not struggling to not only locate but to push down or to pull up on the emergency brake. So very good system. Got a little charging port over here. Your Allison transmission controls are also another thing that I don't want to get too much in the ergonomics of what Marathon did with the changes, but everything is feels like it's angled properly. So you've got the controls here. You've got the controls for your Allison transmission here, and you've got the screens tilted at the right angle. Why is that? I'm going to tell you. One of the things previously that was an issue for owner operators is that at the certain angle you could not see the TechLink screens. You could not see the screens of the Crestron system, or as you have right there, you could not see because of the tilt of it. It was too flat. Now, just making it more ergonomically correct for the driver experience, you can actually see it so much better. Instead of having to adjust yourself, the screens are already adjusted for your line of sight. So cool, so well thought out. Oh, here's another thing. Got the Prevost key, locking storage. You guys know I'm a big storage guy. That's why I'm so excited about those storage bins that are across from the Copilot. But here is a locking storage bin with 3 charging ports. 1, 2, and 1 way back here. And it's deep enough you could store something in there, and I don't know, maybe you're headed in to go get coffee and you want to lock something in there. You've got that. Plus, if you want another integrated spot, I still have my thing on it. Here you go. You could put your phone right into that spot. See how nice that fits? And that's a bigger iPhone, so it's got that in there. I'll turn that flashlight off there. Anyway, so we're sitting in the cockpit of 1388, but this is the modern Marathon H3 cockpit, whether it be a double slide, a triple slide, or a quad. This is what you're going to see in the modern H3 from Prevost and Marathon. I'm so proud of everybody here at Marathon because we put together such a great design. You know, Prevost says, hey, we're changing everything. We're changing the front end, we're changing the cockpit. Marathon embraced it and made changes that really enhanced the experience for the driver. So thank you for hanging out with me and Michelle and Abigail this morning. It's our honor to do this show. It never gets old looking at these coaches. Here's another one, Coach 1388, going to a Marathon owner, coming out of a late model coach into a new coach, excited about the new cockpit and all of the features on the front end of the new H3. And this is a beautiful bus, so congratulations to them. Anyway, be yourself and do good things. It's Monday morning. It's beautiful here in the Pacific Northwest. If you're looking to get into a coach, that's my paramount job. I've said it before. I'm going to say it right now. Get a hold of me, Malw, M-A-L-W, at marathoncoach.com. If you're a current owner and you're looking to upgrade, get a hold of me. I'm a salesman. I don't just do these videos. I like to sell you a new coach. So email me and we'll talk on the phone. That's about it. I love it. I'm excited about this one and then off to the next. We got all kinds of coaches on the production floor. Be yourself and do good things. Have a good week and happy Mother's Day to everybody because Mother's Day was yesterday. It was yesterday? Yeah. Happy Mother's Day, not only to my beautiful wife, but to my mom and all the moms out there. I was here, now I'm gone.